Hello, hello, everyone. It's Wednesday, my favorite day, where we get to bring you information about somewhere around the globe. And today we're going to talk about a place that I absolutely love because I've been there a few different times. I'm Stephanie, co-founder of Airdomo. And I don't know if you've been tuning in lately, but we have been talking about blue zones, those rare regions in the world where we can all live longer, healthier lives, right? Where we can go slow down. I know I need to slow down. I know I need to think more about wellness. And so wellness real estate has become one of the fastest growing segments in the global property industry, right? And that's why we've been covering it the last several weeks. So today we're going to actually bring two ideas together, but we're going to focus on one country. That's Costa Rica. Costa Rica may be the single most best place for this, the Blue Zone region, and actually bringing them together because wellness real estate has become something huge there. Costa Rica is home to only 5 blue zones in the world. And I say, what, only 5? What? There's only 5 in the world, and it has one of them, okay? And so that's the Nicoya Peninsula. It's stable, it's beautiful, it's biodiverse, it's increasingly accessible to international buyers. And we're bringing this to you because we have properties here that we're going to uncover today. And so we want to talk about Costa Rica and dive in because this is something that when people started to talk about Costa Rica years ago, they said, oh, well, I can't afford that. Well, today you're going to understand exactly how you can afford that. So Charles, I'm excited about today because we are uncovering and going to bring some exciting news to people that they just don't know exists.
Absolutely. And I think you're right. Costa Rica has been sort of rising up on the radar over the last few years, especially. It was at one time sort of held as an elite, fairly exclusive, kind of difficult to acquire due to price points. And then there was sort of the other end of it, which was not necessarily what the average, say, North American second home buyer was looking for, but that's all changed a lot. And a lot of it is because of that wellness movement and the blue zone and the lifestyle that a place like Costa Rica affords. So yes. It's changing. A lot is changing. The demand is changing. The type of people that are looking at Costa Rica, moving to Costa Rica, the amount of time they're spending, the reasons they're going there, and the types of developments and the quality are all on a new trajectory, and it's well worth taking a much closer look at. So, I'd love to hear from you. What do you think is driving this change in the trajectory, and why is it so well positioned for international investors today?
Well, one, political stability has really improved, okay? It has been one of the most stable democracies in Latin America for decades, and, it famously abolished its army in 1948. One of the things when I went to Costa Rica, and this has been, I think the first time I ever went there was maybe 8 years ago. And it was amazing how, in some of the places that we travel to, we're concerned to leave the resort areas. Well, in Costa Rica, we could go freely to many of places, okay? Foreign ownership, buyers can own property outright, whereas there is so much restrictions in other places. Maybe you have to apply. You hear us talk about alien landholder applications. You hear us talking about applying for residency. You hear us talking about applying for visas. But in Costa Rica, they say we are open and we want you to come and own property outright, and we will give you the same rights as Costa Ricans. Okay, so that's huge. And so that has a strong residency pathway, and investor programs are also well established. If you come to Costa Rica and invest, we are going to give back to you because we love the fact that you're improving our country. That is why I've seen so many builder developer friends right here in the US go to Costa Rica, relocate and set up shop down there because that's exactly what they're doing. It's remarkable, okay? The lifestyle infrastructure, the direct flights. There's so many ways to get to Costa Rica from US and Canadian hubs. There's also strong private healthcare now, which is amazing because I don't know, 15 years ago, it really just was obsolete. It didn't exist, okay? So all of that is growing. And the country itself, biodiversity, the coastlines, the microclimates, the cultural built, it's pura vida. That's what you hear when you go there. And one of the most impressive things, we went there 5 years ago to represent a resort. And I told my husband, I said, we're going to charter this boat because I need to get out into the ocean to take pictures of this resort from the water. And he was like, okay. The whales, it was amazing. It was impressive. The sea turtles, the wildlife, just everything that was just surrounding us without being commercialized is what I love so much about Costa Rica. And so when you talk about wellness and you talk about clean air and all of that, it was just amazing. So I know I'm blabbing, Charles. I got to turn it back to you, or I'll just.
You're spot on, and all those reasons are why people are choosing to actually build a life there, as opposed to just dropping in for a week or two of vacation. There is healthcare, there is an infrastructure, there is safety and security, and it's all packaged within that really amazing blue zone lifestyle. So I think that's why we're seeing the buyer profile change so much. It's not just people looking for a second home or a place to just fly in, fly out, and get a tan. It's people that are spending legitimate amounts of time there. We have people semi-retiring there or fully retiring there. Got whole families moving there. The digital nomad crew, of course, is always there. So it's changed a lot. I mean, I think we can all think back to, say, like 10 or 15 or 20 years ago, when the people that moved to Costa Rica, I mean, here in San Diego, would have people move, but they were, the wild and, footloose and fancy free surfer types that just wanted to live on the beach, or they were going to get like some $10 million, mansion in the hills. Now it's everybody in between, which is, and they're spending a lot more time there, and they're actually building it into their lifestyle. And you can see why with all the, with the quality of life.
That's exactly.
And especially one place, especially I think is turning up in a lot of our conversations, which is Nosara, and that's become sort of the hottest buzzword. And I know you've been talking a lot about it, working a lot with folks there. What's so special about Nosara?
Well, I think that what we have in one of our developments that we've brought online there is Las Cumbres del Mar. But in these areas, you have got the walkability, you've got the Pacific coast, like you talked about, you've got the surfing, you've got all of these different things that people can do, but it's consistent, right? It's consistent year round. It's got beautiful beaches. Large portions of the area can't even be developed. So you're going to be protected and surrounded with green space as well. So your views, are not going to change. It's essentially a blue zone lifestyle, but you have that infrastructure that international buyers actually want. You're not stuck out in the middle of nowhere, right? And so Los Cumbres del Mar, which, I know we're going to zoom in on here in a second, but that is exactly why they have done this development, is so that you have the best of both worlds. You are close to town so that you can have your food culture, you can have all your wellness, and your tennis courts and all the fun things to do, but at the same time, you can take advantage of nature.
Yeah, and Cumbres is special in a lot of ways too, right? I mean, that was one of the most interesting projects to sort of cross our desks so far this year, I think. What, to your mind, really makes that one stand out?
Well, here's what I love about it. Okay, the lot prices start at $50,000 and I'll say that again. $50,000. Look, I've been selling global real estate heavily for the last 7 years, and the average on the low side of things that I've been selling lots with ocean views, the lowest have started at $250,000 and above. These are $50,000. This actually makes you able to buy a lot, build a brand new home, and be at that $500,000 range, which is extremely attainable for a whole lot more people than what we usually are listening or hearing about, which is those $2.5, $3.5, $5.5, $9 million listings, right? And then also here, you've got the ocean views, you've got the jungle views. You're 15 minutes from the town center of Nosara, which is what we talked about. We've got homes that are under construction now that start out at $500,000, and there's a clear runway to endless whatever it is that you need. These lots are not small little postage stamp lots either. These range anywhere from, and if we're in the US, we talk in acres, but they range anywhere from a half acre on up to several acres. And this is protected ocean and jungle views that surround this. And then the community amenities include the pools, trails, a wellness center that's going to be built. It's part of the master plan. A nearby resort is also going to give the residents of this community access to their amenities, which is tennis, pickleball, and all more things that they have. So buyers receive 100% land ownership, fee simple title in their name. And then phase one, which is what we're starting out with, has 40 opportunities for this. And then we will eventually go into phase 2 and 3, which will be 250 home sites total. And so if you're in front of this now, the long-term, that's when you're going to have the benefits, right? Because everything's going to start out lower now, and then it usually gets bigger. So you're getting a blue zone address, real ocean and jungle views, a amazing master plan that's been thoughtful. And it's at an entry price that for this part of Nasara is so rare. I don't even know if it exists. It probably doesn't exist.
Yeah, it does seem like that there's a really, really strong case for getting in early on this one, because by the time phase one is, as you mentioned, phase one is small. If by the time phase one is through, that pricing is going to shift. And there's the movement now is really, I think, getting you into a position that I think will be very advantageous. So Cumbres is a great example of something that's really underappreciated in the Sahara too: the water and the elevation. That hillside positioning gets you the views, gets you the breeze, and that's what kind of bakes in the long-term value more than anything else, right? That amazing spot up on the hillside. So Cumbres is a great opportunity, but it's not the only one, right? We've got some amazing partnerships going on in Costa Rica, some amazing opportunities in the Airdomo profile. What are some other highlights? What are some of your favorites that you've seen?
Well, I think we've added over 1,500 properties in Costa Rica on airdomo.com. So definitely go to Airdomo and check it out. But I do want to highlight some special ones now. So let's go to the other end of the spectrum. We just talked about $50,000 home sites. Let's go to Villa Santorini, okay? This is in Guanacaste. 9.8 million. Yes, you heard me right. But this is a 4-level, 8-bedroom ocean view estate perched at one of the highest points of Los Camalinas, Costa Rica's premier car-free beach town. It's car-free, you all. There's no vehicles, so obviously it's super clean air. People are riding horses, they're riding bikes, and they're walking. Okay, its walkability is built right into the community itself, which is honestly rare anywhere in Costa Rica, especially because it is very hilly, as you know. But for buyers who want blue zone lifestyle at the high end of the market, this is the kind of property you do not see every day. And come on, we can help you find that $9.8 million, right? And then two, this, yeah. In another one in Guanacaste, that's a little less at 7.5 million. This is for our golfers because this is on the 18th green of the Four Seasons Arnold Palmer signature golf course, which is located there. It's a 6-bedroom. Both of these are income producing properties, by the way. And this is a resort residence side of Costa Rica. So it's gated, it's branded. We've had episodes talking about how special branded residences are. And so this is gated, branded, fully serviced for buyers who want turnkey luxury and the lifestyle of a 5-star property on their doorstep. So imagine you own your home, 7.5 million, big whoop, right? 7.5 million, we'll figure it out. But you show up and your butler is there, your cook is there. You have those services of the 5-star resort, and that's what's built into that. And then we go a little bit smaller to Playa Concal in Guanacaste, which is 5.1 million. 4-bedroom luxury, ocean view. This is in the heart of Costa Rica's blue zone near the beach. And this is a natural pairing with Los Cambres because it's the same exact blue zone, okay? but a completed villa instead of a lot. So this is, it's built, it's ready to move in. You've got the furniture. It's already got bookings. It's already got rental income in place. So if you don't want to wait on a bill and you have $5.1 million, we can get you in something immediately, right? And then we've got Punta Naras, which is a 5.9. It's a 7-bedroom private community. It's right above the Pacific Ocean. So you're setting up on a cliff, which is gorgeous. It's in the hills near Domical on the country's South Pacific coast. And this one shows the other side of Costa Rica, which is rainforest meeting the ocean. So the biodiversity for the quieter than the northern coast. This is a different lifestyle entirely, okay? This is for some buyers, but not everybody, okay? But it's a different spectrum. But again, from buildable lots in blue zones from Los Cumbres to multi-million-dollar turnkeys to a couple $100,000 condos to pretty much whatever it is that you want. Here at Airdomo, we have all of it. We have really dove in deep at Costa Rica because I love this place. Costa Rica is a place, Charles, here's what I love about it so much, is I'm one of those people that, when you meet people that make those crazy comments and you just want to hit them in the head with something. The monkeys in Costa Rica. I'm walking in Costa Rica and my husband is saying some crazy stuff, okay? And these monkeys are up in the trees and they're just pounding him with the stuff. And I'm like, I love this place because they're telling him exactly what I think, right?
Yeah, they got the pass to do it.
Costa Rica. The monkeys do your dirty work for you.
That's awesome. And I think you're spot on. The value of working with Airdomo on Costa Rica is really that, there are a lot of listings in Costa Rica. There's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of places to look, but most buyers don't need more options. They need the right options sort of brought to the surface by the attention and the curation that our team, I think, can bring to the process. Right. So what makes us different from a generic, hey, invest in Costa Rica kind of conversation is that it's not just about the country. It's not just about the investment portfolio. It's about the right mix of lifestyle, the right mix of your specific goals, the right mix of what you really want to get out. And we had previous episodes about, really defining what matters to you in terms of building out the lifestyle component of these properties and what the entire holistic picture looks like, not just about wellness, not just about investment, not just about, where you want to be, but like all of it together and seeing the right opportunities and finding them and getting them through a vetted source, a trusted source that's done the legwork, that understands the builders, that understands the agents, the legal, the local components that you really need to know to get the best result from your experience. So strongly encourage anybody who's watching, whatever your goal is, lifestyle, longevity, wellness, residency, or just really a great place to own and be. On Airdomo, we've got places like Cumbres, we've got places like Villa Santorini, the Peninsula Papagayo, Playa Concal, Nida Escondido, and Dominical. All of these wonderful places, all these awesome opportunities, and don't hesitate to get a hold of us and have us help get in there, find the exact right opportunity for you. So thank you very much for joining us this week. It's been a great conversation, Stephanie, and we'll see you next time on Airdomo Global.
Bye, all.